Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings.
Now a man who really stepped up last year, this is Matt Breida. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
12. Don't be scared.
Out of the gun, Luck. And it's complete. Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now a first down throw. Luck. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Falcons. Kareem Hunt, 53 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A good gain there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check 91. 11.
Now Luck. Going deep downfield for Long. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first down, here's Breida. And he's got this one down to the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On second down, it's Pollard. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now third down and 3.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Hey, watch the leg. 12. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the gun, here's Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Get ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Throwing on second and 8. Brissett gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Brissett. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. Showing the strength, Fitzgerald. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second and 15 now, Brissett. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action now. Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's fourth. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Locke trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Breida. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come on, QB, come on. Check 43. Monday, 11Z.
Hey, high 7.
Watch the ship, watch the ship.
General West.
Watch the ship.
Luck now to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a first down. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Here's Locke. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Julio Jones there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On 2nd and 12, Brissett. And he finds Fitzgerald. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Here we go. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. Come on.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go!
To throw is Lott. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Julio Jones. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A.J. Green, 64 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Hey, Haywood!
On 1st and 10, Locke. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
12.
A shotgun snap for Locke. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 2nd and 7, Brissett. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. From the red zone now, Brissett. He'll buy some time right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Brissett. Flushed out right. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Badgley's kick is good. And that's going to tie the ball game at 27 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From just shy of midfield, Luck looking end zone for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered cover. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Here's Lott going deep downfield for Rowe. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. On second down, it's Hunt. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down now, it's Hunt, and he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Brissett. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Locke. And he coughs up the football near it. And that is going to be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. First down, Brissett. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Travaris Cadet, his first carry. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. Travaris Cadet, 35 yards. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Right there. 54. Right there. 50.
Tackles.
From the shotgun, it's Bissett. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking downfield for Joe. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 49 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Monday. Middle.
Throwing his line. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Julio Jones with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Love. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. He's got daylight. The 30. 10. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We're set on 1st down. Completes it to Fitzgerald. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
57's Mike. 57's Mike. Brilliant. 57's Mike.
From the 36, Brissett. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Back to throw, Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down, Pollard. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run with Breida. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Matt Breida, 30 yards. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Gold with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Brissett now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's second down.
Hurry up, 54. Mike, 54. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now Brissett. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Brissett to throw on first. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Badgley on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Check. Watch the run.
Here's Breida. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run again with Breida. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Switch up.
Throwing now, Luck. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us.